Hello. Um, so I am just I'm just here because I was actually first I was watching Queen's Cup. I didn't get to watch the full live. The clouds are just on another level. They've gone from existing in so many different like formats. I like it though. I love watching the sky. But anyways, I was watching Queen's Cup and Bahati Live because they both go live on Mondays. And so I was watching them, of course, Temperance. Ah! Anyways, okay, yeah. All of them though? No, just us two. Okay, yeah. Anyways, just went on a little spiral. That I don't know. I didn't even get a chance to read that energy. I just watched it. All I did was watch it. Um. Anyways, the clouds are in such a mood, and I really love it. I'm such a rain girl. I love rainy weather, and it hasn't been like rainy. Like it's cloudy and it rained, like it's sprinkled today, but I haven't seen like a downpour. Actually, not even that long ago, but it didn't last long. I really like rainy weather, but I also love sunsets. And the sun is setting right now, and I don't care. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the sunset's like this because of pollution and all this stuff, and I'm sure that that's true, but you have to find the beauty in the things that are hard and difficult in our ever-changing world. But anyways, I was rewatching a video of mine called "What is the Spirit World Like?" And that was a video that I had recorded during a time where I was live streaming, which I don't do really anymore because I found that when it comes to me, I don't like to. I'm very much a Cancer, and I'm very much a like in my shell. I don't like to be live, and I'm not really always a huge live person where like we're talking and all interacting together. I'm kind of a loner, just to be honest. So I just like to record my stuff and then I'll put it out there. And then I really like to know that, somebody connected with it. But I'm not a huge communicator, if I'm being honest with you. So I stopped doing my live streams. I would do it if it was okay for me to just do it and not look at the chat or not respond to the chat. But I feel bad. Like, I don't know, I got a comment once that was like, you're not reading the chat. And that one I wasn't even live. I just did a premiere type of posting, and I don't know, I don't want to look at the chat. So I don't know what to do about it. So I've just decided to just record my stuff and then post it. I'm continuing to see that number pattern, 848, 747, that type of pattern where it's the two numbers that match on the outside and then a random number on the inside. I've found many ways that it could mean something, but I don't have a strict meaning for it. I don't see it and be like, oh my god, this means that. I just see it and I know that it means something. That's all that I know. But anyways, I was recording this video because I was rewatching a video of mine called "What is the Spirit World Like?" and I was rewatching it because Bahati Life in her live today was talking about how when people put the time stamp as like an angel number and how that can be manipulative. And I went to my channel and I looked up what my timestamps are like. Because I do remember when I haven't done it. It's never really worked when I've tried to do that. Because I have had moments where I'm like, ooh, let's stop it at like, it's never at 222 or like smaller range numbers because I'm always recording long videos. But it is usually like in the 20s, 30s, 40s, I've tried, but it never works for me when I set the intention to do it. It doesn't work. So but I agreed and I totally saw her point. And anyway, so I was looking at my own channel and I had a video that was not 222 but 2202. So I went to go click on it to watch it. And it was this video that I actually really appreciate. And it's funny because, of course, I've also moved past that stage in the spiritual journey where you're like, really, really needing to see angel numbers all the time. Like, I'm not gonna even pretend. I'm one of those girls who was looking at the clock at 11:10 and waiting for it to turn 11:11. I had no shame. And I still have no shame about it because it came from a place of love, and I simply just wanted to feel the happy, like, ooh, I see an angel number feeling. So I have no shame about it. It got me through the hard times. But, but I was watching that video, and it was 222. And it's funny because now that I feel like I've moved past that phase. I'm still in it a little, but not in a way that's so, like, hyper-focused. So now I'm just starting to see angel numbers when I'm meant to see them. And if I'm not meant to see it, I don't see it, you know? So one number that I noticed that I was seeing a lot was 222. Out of all of them, it's 222 that I see the most. I've seen the most often, I feel like, recently. And like 12s, like 1212 and 1222, I tend to see a lot. I feel like that's because the Hanged Man energy really be on my fucking throat. So, of course, the 12s just love to show up. We can't even help it. But you know what? I'm not going to hate because I'm sure it's for a reason. But yeah, I was just, so yeah, I clicked on the 222 one and it connected and taught me something. So that was a fun little thing. But anyways, that video was talking about what the spirit world was like, and it was talking about how I was feeling sad, and I wasn't sure why, because I don't feel sad, but I was feeling sad. And I was getting cards that were talking about anxiety and loss, and I didn't understand it because I didn't feel that way, but it was triggering me. And then I was talking about the soul body and, you know, what it's like to ascend, and whether we want to ascend, whether we want to keep on this pattern of ascension, 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 ascension. And here we go, 6, 7, 8. You know, it'd be perfect if there's a 9 somewhere in the distance. But yeah, whether we want to keep on this pattern of ascension. You know, without, like, limits, boundaries, or any swerving. You know, it's a very linear path, and even if you think about it logically, you know, if nothing is linear, or, you know, there are things that are linear, obviously, but if time isn't really a construct that if we're all, you know, moving into a space where, like, time isn't real, and all of these things aren't real, and we're breaking down all of these boundaries, then it would make sense to me that we begin to move on a path that is not so strict about what it means to progress and to grow in your spirituality, and not, you know, associating the higher and the ascending with what is needed, with what is the correct way of going about things. Perhaps it's you go up a level, then you go down 3 levels, then you go and you stand beside this level, and you go and you completely veer off the path, and now you're somewhere that has no levels. Like, I don't know, it just seems like maybe we need a different route of action, because I'm almost positive that this is not the first time in all of everything that, you know, oh, it's ascension time, you know. Ascension has happened many times, I'm sure, throughout human history, and in terms of the history of spirit, like, I'm sure ascension is a thing that is always a thing, but I'm wondering if, you know, now it's time to question the constants. You know, I haven't spoken about it recently, I've kind of moved on, but I guess I'm circling back. There was a period during, like, March and April and May where I was talking a lot about, like, bodies and the body soul. Oh, here's the 2 of Swords energy that I referenced in that video. Talking a lot about bodies and the body soul, and I was talking a lot about the pillars of the universe, and taking down those pillars. And I think one of those pillars is ascension, and this idea that you are always working to go up, to go up, to go up, to eventually, I guess, not incarnate anymore. And it is this vilification of the incarnating experience, as if the incarnating experience is, you know, like the devil, to be honest. Yeah, but there's a need for change. And I think that karma is trying to ask us to actually listen. There is both karma on earth in 3D, and there is karma in her energetic form, in her fabulous energy, in the spiritual, which is in everything, obviously. But you know what I mean, in the spiritual world. And as much as we are told to listen to our karma and to learn our lessons, and once we incarnate and then we go through that life and then we go and we move on and we go on to our next lives, you learn what you learn from your past life or you don't, and so then you have past life trauma. Karma and learning and not repeating history is a huge thing here, but it's also a thing that we do, but it's a huge thing to try and not to coming in as a soul. Unless it's, history that is positive, helpful, beneficial to us. But I don't know. I wonder, what it's like for the spirit world, what has karma come and knocked on our door about? And is it something we've taken seriously? And is it something that what is the root of our pain as spirit? What is the root of spirit's pain? In referencing spirit, referencing us all. I feel like a recent development is that I've been having a lot of love storylines, which I guess, honestly is just falling more in tune with what I'm all about anyways, because I'm a lover and I am a Cancer, so the family is important to me, and I'm a hopeless romantic. And to be honest, if you were to ask me what I'm manifesting more than anything in this life, it's love and peace and prosperity, just so that I can spend all my time being in love. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, I was one of those kids who, I was planning my dream wedding. I'm not ashamed to say that I've always dreamed about getting married. I'm not ashamed to say that I've always dreamed of being a mother, and it might just be my most important dream. I could probably be fine not doing anything else other than being in love and being a mother. Because I know that being in love and being a mother is going to lead me to ultimately pursue everything else I want to do. And it's not that I'm not going to do that, because until I find these things, until I do these things. It's just simply that I know that it's incredibly important to me, and I can't lie, It just is what it is. But yeah. But, what was I talking about? See, there's the 858 again. Maybe so that's what it's talking about. Okay, so there was one of my meanings for it. One of the meanings that I've decided on for this number sequence that I keep saying, like the 858, 848, 727, 747. And I was born at 727. So that pattern is, I was going to say ancestral. Maybe that pattern is ancestral. But that pattern, it also mimics, what it's all about over here. Community, creation, love, and love coming together and creating something spectacular, something completely new and something completely separate. These two eights, these two halves coming together and creating this 5, and that is love, and that is the completion of a cycle, and that even, oh my God, that is ancestral, because if you think about it, it's the 8 and the 8 would be the ancestors, or the 7 and the 7 would be the ancestors, and then the 4 in the middle would be you, or the 5 in the middle would be you, so isn't that even a family tree? The 858, the 747, those are family tree patterns. And I've noticed, I only notice them when I pass the number, when I pass 5 o'clock. So once you get out of the range of common angel numbers, 1111, 1212, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, once you get past all that and then it's onto the 6s, that's when I begin to notice the pattern of 6. But you know what, to be honest, the 6 o'clock, that range, I don't tend to notice time. I don't tend to notice time as much. It usually is around 7, 7:47, 8:48, 9:49, and then 10s I don't tend to notice a lot. So 10s and 6s I don't really end up paying a lot of attention to be completely honest, when it comes to numerology and timing. But yeah, I couldn't tell you what that was all about. It just came out, you know. There is the moon and the sun and the world. The completion. Oh. The lovers! The lovers, when two become one. And you know what? And that makes sense, because the sixes are what? That six number is the lovers. But you know what I have? Oh, but numerology shows up in the tarot for me. And that's where the sixes come through, and the tens. 10 of swords, 10 of cups, 10 of pentacles, always. 10 of wands, too. So all the tens. And, oh my god, and the wheel of fortune is right here. And then the sixes. Lovers, 6 of cups, 6 of swords, 6 of wands, 6 of pentacles. Yeah, all of them. Those are where it shows up for me in numerology. I mean, it shows up for me in what's it called? Oh. Tarot. See? It happens a lot. It's been happening a lot. The same number patterns. The Chariot and the 7 of Cups. And here, the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. And the Hermit. You see, I don't know. I haven't really figured out what it all means. It's just something I've noticed. I think Spirit just wants me to notice it, and then maybe one day I'll put it together. I don't know. But yeah, I do notice it. I totally notice it. Numerology, I think, is maybe something that is ancestral, or something that I really like numerology. Once I learned that you had a numerology chart, you can better believe I was in that. I was looking at it, and I really enjoyed it. I like numerology. I like to find patterns, and I like math in that sense. I'm not like a huge, well, actually, you know what? I like math when I can find a pattern. I like patterns. So I like it when it's fun like that, because that feels rewarding. But I don't like it when it feels punishing and makes me feel stupid. So, yeah. But I loved geometry. I had a lot of fun in geometry when I was in school. Anyways, I made some really good pasta today. I cooked for the first time in months, to be completely honest. Oh, God. Oh, my God, no. I hope I didn't just flash you, a million different things. I'll have to rewatch this video to see if I did. And if I did, I don't know if I'm going to post this, which is annoying. But also, I mean, perhaps that's just what's meant to happen. Because I'm not really talking about much right now. I'm just going off the handle and speaking. But I like talking like this. I guess I'm just reflecting. Oh, well, you know what the intention of this video was when I started it was to explore emotions more, and I was going to try and talk to my spiritual team and the ancestors. I brought out all these decks to communicate. Yeah. To communicate with my friends and talk to them about this new beginning. But you know what, another thing that I'm not ashamed to say at this point, because it just is what it is. So, you know what, that's what I was saying. In terms of, development, you know, with, spiritual gifts and things like that, yeah, I feel like I'm in the dark most of the time when it comes to my spirituality. And I don't really, So when it comes to spiritual gifts and development, and, there's this new YouTuber I really like. His name is, he's not new, but he's new to me. Mathix. I referenced him in the last video I posted, so you can just find it there. But anyways, he was just talking about how spiritual gifts aren't gifts. They're just things that we do naturally in a spirit world, but it's just harder here. But anyways, I was just saying that to inform, the way I was using gifts, because I believe truly, truly, truly that we are all capable of the same things, and nobody is more powerful than you. And it's really good that people say that, because it's important that we say that. I don't want to ever come onto this platform or in my spiritual journey act like I have always felt incredibly confident and have always felt very in tune. Not at all. This whole spiritual journey is very new to me. I've always been spiritual, yes, because I was raised in a Christian household, went to Catholic school, and I've always believed in God. and I've always had that perspective. So I've never been an atheist, though I've had my times. I've honestly never doubted God's existence. I've just doubted God, but in a way where I'm like disappointed and I don't want to talk to you, but not in a way where I doubt your love for me and your power, but not your existence. So to be completely honest, I can't say that I've ever actually not thought that God existed. I've always felt like God existed. And it's never even been one of those things where it's like, I have faith. It's just been one of those things where it felt like, how do you not? Like, I felt like it was only logical. That's how I saw it, especially through my teen years. I was like, yeah, of course, but like, I still don't want to interact with you because I was very angry, and I think rightfully so. But that's just my qualms with the incarnating experience and how hard things can be sometimes. But I understand, but still, the clouds, I'm telling you, they just have all these different vibes to them. Is it raining or no? No, but I wish it was. The Queen of Swords. Anyways, yeah, that's my truth. But God knows I love him, and Spirit knows I love her. Spirit knows I love them. Don't pay attention to my use of gender, please. I don't mean it in a way where I actually believe that, there's gender. Oh, here's the King of Swords. I'm just talking. But anyways, so what was I meant to be saying when I said all of this? I began and I was talking communication. Oh, right, the way communication I experience communication in the spirit realm. It's never clear. It's never like I don't have a moment where I'm like, I wish, but no. For me, you have to trust your gut. It's a lot of trust. It's a lot of trust. It's a lot of faith. It's a lot of hope. It's a lot of, I think that's the energy. And I want to be honest about that. And I also want to say that, yeah, there's a lot of self-doubts. There's a lot of imposter syndrome. There's a lot of feeling like you're faking it. A lot of feelings like you're a liar, like you don't know what you're talking about, like you're deceiving others, like you're deceiving yourself all the time. And I feel like I've grown a lot over this past year, but I wouldn't ever want to pretend like, the way that I've grown is a way where it's like, oh, now I'm starting to really see, spiritual stuff and things like that. To be honest, I've grown in my faith. I've grown in my trust. I've grown in my ability to let go and let God and not even in a way where it's like I completely surrender. It's just in a way where it's like, yeah, I'm still scared. Yeah, I'm still going to have anxiety. Yeah, I'm still going to not know and feel self-doubt and all these things. But at the end of the day, I believe. Whether I believe at its bare bones. Whether I believe on the full spectrum is another thing. But I believe at its bare bones. And it's something that I say a lot to my spiritual team. And it's usually when I'm apologizing because I know that I'm experiencing a lot of emotions. And what I tend to say is that, like, I'm sorry, and I know that I'm really emotional right now, but I also, realizing probably don't need to apologize for your emotions. I don't take this into a thing where it's like, this is what you need to do. This is me and stuff that I'm working through in terms of my own emotions and my own inner critic. And my own lack of trust in my spiritual team and thinking that they'll still be able to love me even if I'm being annoying. And, my own qualms about whether I'm deserving of love or not. So, but you know what? And that could lead into a whole thing about whether you're deserving of your purpose, because I believe my purpose is to love and to be in love and to use that love to light up the world in the corniest way possible. Yes. That's what I want. But anyways, what was I talking about? Communication, yes. Not seeing the collaboration between your heart and spirit. And your emotions. Not seeing how your emotions can lead you to... love being the partnership. I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, Spirit, please, can you remind me? I do not remember. Oh, I'm starting to remember. Oh, I'm okay. I am remembering that I would apologize, usually on the bus, because I tend to get emotional. I tend to cry on the bus, on the subway, on moving things. Um, I would say, I know I'm not seeming like I believe you, I trust you, but at the end of the day, you know that I trust you. That's something that I say a lot to my ancestors and to my spiritual team. And I say that to remind them, but I think I also say that to remind myself. And also just because it's like I want to protect my spiritual team from feeling like I don't care about them or love them or trust them, because I don't know exactly what medium through which my spiritual team will experience the most love and validation from me. I'm not a huge offerings person in terms of the material, to be completely honest. I forget a lot. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I'm just saying that I do forget a lot. But one thing that I can pride myself on is I talk to them a lot, not even in a way where it's like, hey, it's just kind of, I just am speaking to them in my head, joking, laughing, just kind of because it's like a friendship, like family. Um, and so sometimes I worry about making sure that they know that I really love them, that I really care about them, and that I'm, yes, in this reality, but I do believe in them. I'm not, even though I'm upset and I'm confused and I don't understand what's happening, I do believe in them. I don't think that this is all fake. And I guess I feel a need to emphasize that because, I don't know, I guess I would wonder, I guess I'm putting myself in, I'm thinking about how I would feel as a spirit guide or as an ancestor, and wondering if the person that you're leading or talking to or you're here for really sees you and really trusts you and knows you. It's like kind of imagining how your imaginary friends feel, especially as you get older and then you stop believing and things like that. Like, uh, I don't remember having imaginary friends, but I had a lot of imaginary. I fantasized a lot as a kid. I still fantasize a lot. Now I fantasize a lot more in a reality that I'm actually like, I really am like, this is going to be my life. But as a kid, I fantasized a lot in just many fantastical ways, in the 3D, like realistic, and then in magical ways. And then as I got older, I would adapt my fantasies to just kind of match what I was desiring in life, which I didn't realize was manifestation until I understood that that was manifestation, but I didn't know that. And I wasn't doing it with like this, it was just, I was just living in my head. I'm just a daydreamer. It's just what I do. And yeah, I guess I just want to make sure that they know that. And caring about their feelings and what it means to take care of your spiritual team. I don't know, and I don't think I'm the best caretaker on the planet. So I don't know if I would, take advice from me necessarily, but because I'm still learning how to even make sure that I'm showing up and doing my part. And it's hard because it's easy to feel like when you're anxious and you're scared and you're sad and you're angry and you're upset, you're hurting them and you're hurting the purpose that you're all working towards, and then you really feel like shit. Or at least I really feel like shit. So that's a big thing. Softening to love. Behind the Page of Cups is the Queen of Swords. But that's a really powerful thing, because behind this belief in love and magic and joy and possibility and, proposals and romance is the Queen of Swords, the Queen of the Truth. That, oh my God, I was saying earlier in my head, probably to my spiritual team, that when there's that card in the Work Your Light deck, the one that is called Lemuria, and it's called Creating Heaven on Earth. And I was thinking about what heaven was, and I was like, oh, and it came to me that, you know, creating truth on Earth, like real truth. Oh my God. And now look what's behind the Page of Cups, the King of Swords. Bringing real truth. And what is heaven? Heaven is love. And what is love? Love is the truth. And so what is the King of Swords? King of Love. All the same thing. All the same thing. I think that's really awesome. And here's the Queen of Swords. And Six of Cups. Six of Cups can talk about soulmates. Six of Cups I see a lot. And when I see that reconciliation, I'm going to be honest with you guys. There's been a lot of, at least I've been getting a lot of messages, and I feel like probably you all have too, because we're all a collective. So I think we're all kind of hearing the same stuff. Messages around, oh my God, this Queen of Wands, Three of Swords. I don't know. There's a Queen of Wands energy. I don't know who it is. Don't know what it is. I'm trying not to be defensive about it because I keep getting these messages that there's somebody coming back from the past who's really about to make and you have to forgive them. But I'm like, I'm also in a space where I'm like, I'm not even trying to be annoying. I don't think I'm holding anything against anyone at this point. I'm really feeling like I'm in that space where it's like, if you come and you say anything, it's like, okay, forgiven. Like, it doesn't make sense to me because I'm really trying to move forward in life. So it feels counterintuitive and counterproductive to hold on to anything at this point that doesn't need to be held on to. Because I'm just like, move on. Because if anything's holding you back from getting to love, we gotta go. We gotta keep going. So put your pride aside and move on. That's where I'm at. So this idea that there is somebody coming back from the past and it's going to take a lot, but you're really going to have to let go and blah, blah, and forgive. I'm just like, girl, just come in and say what you need to say and let's work through it so we can move on, because I'm ready to move on. Like, I'm ready. And you know what? I just had a thought come to my mind, but I'm like, could that even be it? But fine. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it and move on. I'm not going to tell you what I just thought of, but yeah, let's do it and move on. Is that what it is? Hold on. I'm going to ask. I know I'm talking about personal stuff that has nothing to do with y'all. You guys, I was telling you. I keep seeing the Six of Swords and the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. There it is. Not the Six of Pentacles. As I say, not the Six of Pentacles. Here comes the Six of Pentacles. And it's 918, which is 9-9. I'm about to consider all these signs for me. 18, 9. There's a 9 in there, 9 of Wands. Whoop. Spirit's playing with me right now. Not seriously, because Spirit's actually telling me the truth. But what is that truth? I don't know. You figure it out. Oh, right. That's what I was also going to say. There's a lot of cloudiness around tarot. Most of the time I don't actually know what's happening. I'm just like looking at the cards and I'm like, okay. I'm like picking up what I can. And everything else, girl, we moving on. But I do like to split the deck. It's very fun. Anyways, Seven of Swords comes out a lot. I won't even lie about that. I don't know what it is. Oh, God. I have to go to bed soon. Because, it's 9:19 now. I have to go to bed soon. Oh, well, it's 19:19 actually. I have to go to bed soon because I have work. I have work tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if I actually said anything that was in line with what I meant to be talking about during this video. Hopefully I did. But I will post this. Well, I have to watch it back and see if I flashed anybody. But if I didn't, then I will post this. And if not, then this was just for me to, blabber on, I guess, which is fine by me. Always gotta have those moments. But yeah, today is the Two of Wands, Chariot, Two of Swords. You know when some cards just come up and you're like, hi, but you're not quite sure what they're talking about. That's me on the daily. That is me shuffling my deck all the time. Sometimes I just see the cards and I'm like, hey, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. You want me to read into it? Like, whether I will or not is really beyond me. It's simply up to Spirit. If Spirit thinks it's that important, they will send the card out again. But Two of Wands has been coming out a lot. I won't even lie about that. And the Hangman. Yeah, it triggers me because I've been waiting a while, I feel like. But I'm also just, trying to accept that everything is in divine timing. And, like, in the grand scheme of things, I really haven't been waiting that long at all. So, it's okay. But, yeah, I'm impatient. It's the Sagittarius moon. I just want to be with my lover wherever. I just want them to be here. Like, I'm even like, if you haven't even like gotten to the point where you feel like you're like ready or like for anything like that, that's fine. Like, let's just be friends. I just want to know them. I just want to know who you are. Can I at least know your name? It's just like, how can you be existing in this world? You're alive. You're a whole person. And I don't know you yet. Like, come on. It just feels unfair. It feels unfair. Not in a way where I'm actually pissed off, but just in a way where I'm just like, I just want to see them. I just want to know who they are. What a gift it would be just to at least, like, know their name. Because then I can, like, stalk them, But I can't even do that. I have no idea who it is. Not a clue. Not a single clue. So, no idea what they look like. No idea about anything about them. I have a guess that maybe they're a Taurus, but I only have that because of readings, which is not like the most reliable thing on the planet, obviously. So I'm really just out here guessing. 9, 10, 9, 9, 16. So, not me about to say 8, and it's not 8. But, okay, you could add the, well, here's the 8. Stop, Spirit. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the Page of Swords has been coming out a lot. Not in general, but today. And actually maybe yesterday and the day before as well. So maybe these past few days. You know how I do see the spiritual? In things that already are existing every day. Like, in, like, the handprints on like, glass, I can see, like, faces. Or I can see... but not human faces, or maybe they're human faces, but not in a form we recognize. Faces that, honestly, I've been understanding more and more why they show the ancestors with, like, those masks, and just faces that are a little bit more, like, dimensional, multi-dimensional, or just a little bit more theatrical, because... in the spiritual realm, not everybody looks like a human being, obviously. And most things don't, actually. And so sometimes the things that I will see, I'm kind of like, almost so much so to a point where I'm kind of grateful that I think I'm actually very grateful that I probably don't see, the spirit realm like that. Because when I do see things, and I do be catching glimpses, and it's actually quite often, it's just not incredibly pronounced. So it's not enough to scare me, but if I stare long enough, and especially if I'm high, yeah, I'll be seeing stuff, and it kind of makes me feel like, ugh. Even if it's not bad, it's just scary because I'm a human being, and there's only so much that I've seen that looks different from, everything that I've seen. So it is a little bit of an adjustment. It's a big adjustment, and that's another reason why you want to be grateful for maybe the limits that your spiritual team has put around you and what you will perceive in this lifetime. You don't need to see every aspect of the spiritual realm in order to understand that there is a spiritual realm and there are different beings and all of that. You don't need to see it. It's okay. It's less about the feeling anyways. It's less about the seeing anyways. It's more about the feeling. Yeah. But anywho, rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John. She passed away today. She was in Greece. She had that fabulous song, "Let's Get Physical, Physical." I wanna get physical. Let's get in a physical. Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk. Let me hear your body talk. Fabulous song. Rest in peace to Olivia Newton-John. I hope that she had a safe transportation back to the world, and I hope she's happy, and I hope her family is doing well. I don't. It's not. It doesn't feel like a sad day, even though somebody passed away. So obviously, but it feels she lived a long life. I think she lived until she was 70 or 80, and I feel like I don't know her, but I don't get like I don't feel like I feel happy. Not happy that she's gone, obviously, but happy for her and for the life she had. Oh God. See? Look. This feels significant to me. It's the Six of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. I feel like she's on her journey back to her family and her love and her soul. It feels nice, right? It doesn't feel very sad, not to me. But maybe that's just my perspective because I'm like, Olivia Newton-John. I'm happy for her. And prayers to her family and love to her family. But it's nice because I feel like they got to see her live a long, really prosperous and exciting life. And she really made a moment for herself. Not just a moment, obviously, but she was in one of the most iconic films, Grace. She has an iconic song. She was on Glee. I mean, come on. Fantastic life. If I were her, I'd be like, success. Successful life. At least when it comes to the creativity. So, yeah, happy for her. But shout out to Black Girl Mystic. On the chance that this video goes viral, shout out to Black Girl Mystic and Lirin Alta. Go sign up for her classes, for the women who are teaching those classes. Black Girl Mystic is for Black femmes and non-binary people who are interested in living a life of joy and prosperity and learning how to use their own magic to create a life for themselves that is fulfilling and in line and in tune with their best and greatest life. So, yeah. Black Girl Mystic, shout out to Black Girl Mystic. I feel like I've said all that needs to be said. Spirit, is there anything else we need to get out? Yeah, the Six of Cups again. Temperance and the Magician. And I've seen the Magician quite a few times. Oh, yeah. I'm not, well, I think I just, yeah. Anything, should I? I love my, my goddess deck. Three of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Hey! And Strength, oh my goodness. And Wheel of Fortune and Seven of Wands. And Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers, of course. Knight of Pentacles. And Six of Wands and Temperance, or not Temperance. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's a lot coming in. I'll be honest with you guys. I know that the future is bright and I know that it's beautiful and glorious. But when Anna, how Anna, couldn't tell you. That's why I'll read you the cards. I know it's coming. I don't know when. Don't ask me. Eight of Wands. Good news is on the way. Travel. Good news is traveling towards you. When? I don't know. It's 9:29 again. You know who I'm thinking of? Shout out to Kennedy. President Kennedy Johnson, not the President of the United States, but President Kennedy Johnson, who also just goes by Kennedy Johnson, fabulous Maui Moisture, content creator, Instagram influencer, actress, creative, YouTuber. Love Kennedy. I love Kennedy Johnson. And I've met her in person, and she's fabulous. What else? I feel like, is that it, Spirit? Is this it? I feel like this is it, yeah. I do want to pull from that deck, so I'm just seeing if there's anything left in this one. It's nice because I had a time where the Wandering Star Tarot was like the only tarot deck I was shuffling, and before that it was my Lightseers, and then I went through a time of really loving my Everyday Witch Tarot, which I still really love, obviously, and I'm getting into a space, like, slowly building over time where I really love my Hoodoo Tarot. That's an awesome deck, and I feel really connected to my ancestors, and I usually like to shuffle that out in the sunlight because I found when I'm shuffling it in the sunlight, it's a completely different energy than when I'm shuffling it in the dark. And I like it better in the sunlight. I connect more to it, and especially if I'm outside in nature. I think we're done with this one, though, right? There ain't nothing else to say. Is there anything else to say? Would you like to leave the people? Oh, change is on the way. That's what Spirit wants to say. The sun is rising. When the sun rises in the north and sets in the east. I don't know if that's an actual thing. But either way, the sun is rising, and with it is going to bring change and perhaps a proposal. With this Knight of Cups. That's funny. When I was talking about the Page of Cups, I was thinking about the Knight of Cups, and I'm only realizing that now because I see the proposal. But I was thinking of the Knight of Cups, but I was actually thinking about the Knight of Cups from the Everyday Witch Tarot, and I was associating it with the Page of Cups in this deck. I really like the Page of Cups in this deck. I wonder if I can find it. I really enjoyed camp today. I love kids. They're so fun and cool and complex and interesting and dark and mysterious and twisted in a great way. Goodness gracious. There's the Queen of Wands. I'm not gonna lie, she scares me. Not even in a way where I'm like, I'm scared, but just in a way where I'm like, what are you about to do? What are you about? Anyways, there's the Magician, there's the Lovers again. There's No and the Creator. Yeah, that's how I felt. That's what I thought, but I wanted to be open, you know? But that's exactly how I felt. Spirit, hold on. We're going to get confirmation on this. We're just going to get a little confirmation on this because it's bothering. It's not bothering me. It is. If it wasn't bothering me, I wouldn't be saying that. But it's not bothering me in a deep way. It's just bothering me in a way where I'm like, and I just need to, like, make sure. Sometimes I don't know. Ugh. Hold on. Spirit, is this something I should... You have to choose your words carefully. Is this... I asked the question in my head. Sorry. Oh. Goodness gracious. Oh, it's the same thing again. Oh. It's up to you. I don't know, to be completely honest with you. It's not a toss-up. It's a new perspective right on top of what I was just thinking. See, this is when I'm like, what is going on? Because if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes, and that's okay. But I'm just like, what is she got? You know? What's about to happen? Find out. But anyways, that humbled me. Won't even lie. Because I'm like, what? Like, well, what? Because, well, you know what? But I understand. Because I was like that too. Not in this point, but it's probably a lot harder in this point, and I was almost there, wasn't I? So, yeah, you gotta be grounded. Humble me, Spirit. Oh! I don't know. Spirit gonna have me talk about this forever. Yeah, I don't know. Bye. Bye. Oh, wait, no. I need to pick a card from the Goddess deck. That made me crack up. Because Spirit really just, like, I don't know. I literally have not a clue. Hold on. Yes, I am giving Bride. Though, to be honest with you, I don't know. Well, see, I like white on me when it's like this. But I don't know if I'm going to wear white to my wedding. I don't know what color I'm going to wear. I could wear orange. I love orange. I know that my dress is going to be very piratey, very fairy-like, very, very mystical, obviously. But I don't I don't know what color it's going to be. It might be white because I am a traditional girl. Not in the sense of like I'm a traditional person, but in the sense where I'm like, you know, it would be nice to have a little tradition in there. So I think I want to have my own. Okay, stop. Yeah, let me not tell y'all about my business. Bye. Anyways, goddesses is there because I was about to tell you, and it's not that you can't know, but it is like kind of like a private thing. Goddesses, is there anything you want to say to the people? I can see it coming out. Any energy you want? Ooh, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. That's exactly why Ciara will always, always, always be an icon, because it doesn't matter if she's not creating albums anymore. She's created a hit at least a few times already this decade, and people are trying to talk about how, you know, her prime was during the early 2000s, but she's created several hits in this past decade. Level Up, Body Party. I love that one song. Oh, what's that one song? I don't remember, but I love it, and it doesn't matter that I don't remember the name. Celestial Alignment, Level Up, Masks. That's exactly what I was trying to talk about. The ancestors. This is a message from the ancestors. Oh my god. And of course, because the goddesses are the ancestors, and the ancestors are the goddesses. In all their exuberant energy and joy. And well, this is the goddess deck, so we're talking about the ancestors, the women, and we're talking about the goddess energy within them, the ones who are goddesses. They're all goddesses, but maybe the ones who really do sit in that energy more. Because it's up to you what energy you want to sit in, depending on what energy you want to sit in, and also what you've worked towards, what you magnetize as. And for those ancestors, they're just coming through. Masks. But remember, I was talking about, I understand why the ancestors appear like this, because when I can see the spiritual realm through, it's usually so through like trees, I'll see faces that I feel like are very clearly spiritual, and through, like I said, handprints on glass. Like once it collects and you see many, then I'll start to see images in that, and through reflections and like the warping, I can see images in there. It's not like an image where I'm like, oh, this is very clear. I've only had that a few times that I'm remembering, like I was watching a Bahati Life video, or I saw a thumbnail and I could see two what I felt like were her ancestors. I've never mentioned it to her because I don't feel like it's important, but I felt like I saw at least two energies. It wasn't negative or anything like that. I just felt like I saw an ancestor. Yeah, and so I also see them in like the clouds, which is why I like cloudy skies. Not completely cloudy. I like it. I like to still see the sky, but I like clouds. And through other things, but it's like a collection of things that come together and create a face. Or it's like I can see in this blanket, I can see a face. I can see a structure of what would be an energy. Yeah, and so it's not exactly what they look like. It's maybe a mask, but it's not a bad mask. It's just a representation of how they can show up in the 3D for you. And so you should accept the way that they show up and not see it as less than people who are really seeing, like, you know, the quote-unquote real deal. Because whatever they show up as is what they show up as, and that is exactly what their energy is representing in that moment. And it's not a bad thing. Yeah, no, it's not a bad thing. So anyways, right, so we have masks with celestial alignment, and I was thinking of divine lineage too, with Sarah Ka and Level Up. I want to learn more about hoodoo as well, but right now I want to learn about root work too. Well, there's a goat, and Bahati Life mentioned a goat. She was at the top of our deck. And we have grief, or joy. Joy. I thought it was grief, but it's joy. We have speak up. So I got that answer. that was for me, I hope. We have surrender, accept, shine. There's a goat again. Good juju. Resistance. Brazen. I like this one. Shame. Oh, and rocks too. And creativity. I saw a bone. Rage. I saw a bone, like a clean white bone, like it was a chicken bone, but like when I tell you eaten clean, licked clean off the bone, like it was clean. It was a clean bone. I've been trying to figure out what that meant because I'm for sure it meant something. I looked down, I saw that bone, I was like, that's a clean bone. Secrets revealed. And divine lineage. Ooh. Because secrets revealed divine lineage, and I was just talking about the bones. And I've been talking about the ancestors. And your bones. What are the bones of something? Those are your roots. That's your history. That's your past. That's where you come from. You know, archaeology, dinosaurs. Like, your bones. Yeah. Ooh, we finna get a harvest. And no wonder, because I've only been talking about, and I was going to mention that, I've only been talking about black people in this entire video. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening quick, with a quickness. And I tried to pull up this card knowing what it was, and Spirit didn't let me. Why? Because you're protected during this time. You might try to self-sabotage, but Spirit's not having it. The ancestors aren't having it. The goddesses aren't having it. And period. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for being on our side. Always, always, always. You really do have to watch Matt. What's his name? I have to find it. You really do have to watch his channel because his video on ancestors is actually really cool. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to ignore the limit, but okay, fine, I'll just go on YouTube on my computer. I am trying to find this guy's name so I can show you. And he's South African, which is really cool. He keeps messaging me. Do I have to? See, but what? Why? Why do you have such a thing against watching his video? Trigger. Why? Because you don't trust men. Why? Because you're so skeptical of them. But why? Oh, here it is. Mathix Malangu. Mathix Malangu. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And he has a video on the ancestors, and it goes way beyond what one might imagine you would be talking about when you talk about ancestors. And it was very confirming for me because it's thoughts that I've had before. And you could see in the comments that other people were like, yeah. And revelation, and remembrance. He likes to say, you're remembering. You're not learning something new. You're remembering. And I really like that too, because it really does place us all in a position of power where it's like, this is all of ours. These are all of our memories. This is not just mine. This is not just yours. This is all of ours. And nobody is left out and nobody is undeserving. You just have to remember. And that makes it less competitive, because it's like, who can remember faster? Like, who cares? But the fact is that we all know it, which is really great. Just takes, we're trying to get rid of that hierarchy. Only keeping the hierarchies in the positive. It's just, for me, it's like, it's not blending anymore to have hierarchies. It just doesn't make sense. It only ever hurts. It only ever hurts us. Anyways, I really want to go to this place in Switzerland that's so beautiful. I'm such a hills and valley girl. I want to say I'm a beach girl, but I'm actually not. I'm not really an ocean girl. I'm a hills and valley girl with like a lake or a river. I love that. Yeah, makes me feel super safe. Surrender with his set came out again. And there's divine lineage and grounding. There is something about the land. Either you're getting a piece of land. I just like not heard, but like felt, heard, whatever, like burial site. And but like, you know what, it doesn't feel negative. It feels like a tower in a way where it's like kind of good. Like you're just seeing the truth in your, and if anything, you're finding your people. I would love to know where some of my ancestors have been buried. I would really love to, and I would love to be able to go to that space. Is it a hard space to be in because I know like the context behind that death, even if it was a natural death, the energy that was, that they lived within, the space that they lived within, yeah, it's hard. But I would really like to know, where they are. And in March, I went back to South Africa with my mom and my sisters, and we went to, and so it's not a surprise that Soache is here. And I saw Feeling Safe with Tituba, who was the first. I think she was indigenous, not to America, but to, I think the Incas. I'm sorry, I don't really know, to be honest. Some people say she was black. Some people say she was indigenous to South America, somewhere in South America. Either way, she was enslaved. So I just felt both of my sides of my ancestry connect. I'm not South American, but I have enslavement in my family ancestors who are survivors. And honestly, apartheid was enslavement as well. So survivors on both sides. But just different experience, different versions, different experiences. Set is here again. Surrender. There is almost like something is being surrendered. Because there's always this like energy around surrender where it's like, or for me, I'll speak for myself. There's energy around surrender where I'm like, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to, give into? But I almost feel like there's like something being surrendered to us finally, kind of like a reparations type of feeling, which is really exciting. And it does feel cosmic. And it's something to do with ancestry, divine lineage, and the ground, the land. And I was going to talk about the way that I feel most in tune spiritually is when I'm outside. I have to go outside. I have to be in nature. I can't stay inside these days. I haven't spent a full day inside in, I don't know. It's been a very long time, and I think that's for a reason. I need to be outside, especially while the weather is nice and welcoming. I have to be outside because there's just something about moving and being out in the world, especially appreciating our earth as much as we can while the air is good, and not to say that we're going to get to a point where we're stuck inside, but I want to value these times because it's not, nobody's blind to the fact that the world is changing. So I want to appreciate these times. But anyways, there's something being surrendered. And with Iset here, and especially with this imagery, because I've always wondered about it, it feels close to reparations and revelations. Reparations through revelations, who knows? But yeah, it feels like it's that season. I don't think it's a surprise that the joy card I originally read is grief, because what was once grief will now become joy. Radical rebirth. Reparations, revelations. Yamaya is here, and Yamaya and Oya feel very like similar in energies for me sometimes, and they're both energies of water, which are powerful and becoming in a way I really enjoy. But anyways, I think that's it. So here we are again, divine lineage. Sarah Lakali. Okay, so that's it. I feel like I am ready to log off, and I will let go. And creativity. Creative energy. And I have been moving slowly but surely back into a more creative space, which I'm really happy about. I finally got some materials to finally like build an altar. It was like the first one that I really would consider an altar for the ancestors, for my spiritual team, so I'm excited about that. I'm not going to do it, I don't think I'm going to do it during the week because I have work and I'm tired. But I want to do it when I have like a lot of time and energy just to be out, because I want to do it in a park and just to focus on it and not feel like I'm rushing it to do it, after work. I want to have my energy. But I am excited. Like, I bought the materials, and that was a big step for me. So I'm excited about that. Worthiness, awakening, desire. Yes. Awakening to your own worthiness. It's so simple, But it's not. It's a process, and we've gone through the process, so you should be incredibly proud of yourself. Yamaya continues to come out, and I saw 444 when I said that. And there's pleasure, and there's mouse. There's something going on. We shall let it be. Woo, woo, woo. Anyways, I'm gonna go now. I am gonna go now. For sure, for sure. Goodbye. Goodbye, love you. Mwah.